evening. We are actually on the verge of the end of the world. Imagine you're listening to the radio and you're driving to work. The announcer comes on. You have 10 minutes to live. Woohoo. The bomb will be landing. Whatever is going to happen, it will be happening in 10 minutes. What do you do?
Bring it on.
I would need diapers.
Depends. On what? No, the adult.
Yes, Friday is the 21st of December, 2012, I believe. And it's supposed to be the whole apocalypse going on. So we thought we might bring it up just in case we're all,
gonna die.
Yeah, in a few days. So Russ, RJ, whatever the hell your name is tonight. Could you tell us a little bit about, I know the Mayan calendar, but what are the,
Well, the Mayan calendar is definitely one of the more well-known ones, but there are actually several prophecies that have to do with this time period. And the real interesting thing about it is, yes, there is a major event going to happen. Whether it is true with what people believe these things say or not, who knows? But there is an alignment of the planets, the dark rift, the sun. Everything will be in a straight line in our solar system. And it's kind of a rare opportunity to witness. I believe it's like every 26,000 years that this happens.
Jesus. Now,
some people say that, okay, the Mayan calendar ends on this day and they have the 26,000 year cycle or whatever. But, our calendar ends at, New Year's Eve as well. And it just starts a new year. Is it going to end? Is it going to be the beginning of an ending? A lot of the people now seem to think it's entering a new, a level of consciousness, a level of spirituality.
Yes.
And there are also several prophecies that have to do with that. As you guys know, I like to talk about the Sumerians a whole lot.
You like to talk, really?
Oh, yeah. I do that every once in a while, especially on Wednesday. But the Sumerians, they believe, to quote one of the things that was said, is the divine watchers will return.
Okay.
And they say that we're entering, our mind is going to open up, that when this alignment happens, there's going to be a vibration.
Right.
Universal almost vibration. And it's going to change us. It's actually going to awaken parts of us that have not been used. And, obviously we don't know what they are because we haven't used them in a while. So that's another theory. There's also the theory that is being put out now that Nibiru, well, not now, it's been around for, millennia, but Nibiru may reappear. Now, whether you believe in that or not, and for those of you that do not know, Nibiru, Planet X, would be the unseen, the invisible, or the possibly other dimensional planet that kind of shares the road that Earth travels. And they say it's going to be really close, possibly collide. That could cause all sorts of catastrophes. Another eerie thing that they're talking about now is the solar storms that we've been having. In 1859, one of the ones that had happened just about 150 years ago, and that's one of the bigger cycles. They have 11-year cycles, but just about every 155 years, 150 years, something like that, there tends to be a solar eruption, major mass coronal ejections. The last time that this happened in, our history in a major way was 1859. The only technology that really was around to be affected at the time was the telegraph. But telegraph wires being hung from like telephone poles and stuff like that going down the streets were melting from this solar flare. We've had many solar flares, I'm sure, as many of you know, already this year. And the precursors, if this is leading up to another mass coronal ejection that they're saying that of the level of 1859 situation, it will actually be stronger. And if that was to happen today, that would wipe out all communication, all transportation, luckily our debts, because, computers would be shut down. We'd have nothing. We would be pretty much like cavemen, just we'd have houses. And most people don't know what to do if that happens.
Right. So that has to do with the electromagnetic
fields
and things of that nature.
EMPs, radiation. And we don't even know what that could possibly do to us. Not only that, it's the speed that it approaches at. A space shuttle, which obviously is pretty quick, would take several years to get to the sun if we could do that.
Right.
This blast last time hit us in less than a day. It traveled from the sun to the earth. So it's definitely got some thrust with it, some power.
Right.
So that alone could do major damage.
I'd say.
Yeah, natural catastrophes alone. Volcanoes, earthquakes, tidal waves, who knows? and what follows that: nuclear winter, volcanic winter.
Right. And I remember watching a movie called The Day After when I was a teenager, and it was about the day of nuclear, the aftermath of the nuclear fallout.
And nuclear winter as well.
And that really affected me. If anyone wants to call in, give a confession perhaps before the world ends or anything of that nature, or you want to share your ideas about what is the end of the world? Is there an end of the world, or is it just the end of the world as we know it? The number is 877-230-3062, and you are listening to Supernatural Radio.
Not just plain natural radio.
RJ, do you think that, because we have entered the Aquarian age, which, people have been waiting for the Aquarian age for a long, long time. Do you think this has something to do with the world ending, because we will be changed. We already are being changed. The vibration, the harmonics, everything is working in conjunction for a more peaceful world. Also, I want to ask RJ, do you think that there are people that are panicking a little bit? I know there is. Now, the fact that this horrible Newtown shooting incident happened last week, just a horrible scene there. Such a tragedy.
That's for
Do you think that, people, maybe they're getting afraid of this happening? They're feeling it more. They're feeling more pressure.
Well, a lot of the professionals out there, they basically say that if nothing even happens, pure panic alone may cause something to happen.
That's a good point.
It's funny, though, because it's barely being talked about right now. A year ago, year and a half ago, there were shows, there were movies.
Yeah.
It's you're not even seeing it anymore.
It's off the radar for now.
Yeah. I mean, if you look, there are YouTube is like one of the best places to go and find things. There's all sorts of reports on there, but what do you believe? One of them says NASA debunked this. The other one says NASA just said it's true. Who knows? If you do some looking into it, there are several things out there right now, several, documentaries and movies about what may happen. Obviously, Corrine here, she tends to think that we're going to be entering a more positive time, a metaphysical, emotional, and mentally empowering, obviously spiritual as well. I hope you're right.
Well, I think a lot of people agree, perhaps, that nothing is going to happen that's so catastrophic that by Friday night that everyone will be wiped out. But perhaps we already started seeing a bunch of changes, obviously, and
natural catastrophes alone in the last couple of years. Yeah,
and maybe that's just the start of it.
Well, again, depending on what ancient texts you're reading, some of them say there will be a 400 years, some of them say it's 600 years, some of them even say it'll be up to 1,500 to 2,000 years of this transition. If the polar shift actually happens, if our north becomes south and our south becomes north, first off, we're all going to be lost because our GPSs won't work. But other than that will probably take at least a few hundred years. It won't. The planet's not going to roll over one day. Right. It's going to take some time. There is some supporting evidence in that as well because of the climate shift that has been happening. Look at our area alone. When was the last time we got nailed with a tornado? Got nailed with 4 feet of snow in one day in the beginning of in the middle of October, when we don't even have snow usually in December. Earthquakes. I don't remember earthquakes when we were growing up.
No.
We have them, they're small, but we've been having a few.
Yeah.
So those things are definitely new to us. So something's changing.
Absolutely.
It's almost Christmas and it's 50 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's weird.
I used to be playing out in my snow fort around this time of year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A couple feet of snow. It was freezing. Not this year.
Yeah, those were the days.
Those were the days. What happened?
I don't know, man.
Man.
Well, I think that some alien type, and when I say alien, I also mean that encompasses angels and spiritual beings, will come in and say, "You puny, stupid humans. Do you think that your GPS matters?
Right.
You are fools.
Yeah.
And we're going to teach you how foolish you are."
Right.
Well, unfortunately.
Here's a Biabian backhand, bitch.
Right.
Unfortunately, people today have relied on this technology and stuff so much that we were talking about it the other day. Most people without matches or a lighter couldn't start a fire if they were freezing to death.
No kidding.
Most people don't know how to purify water. I mean, okay, yes, you can boil it, but there's still small impurities that don't boil away. They got to be filtered out first. Most people don't know how to make a simple filter. Food is going to be a massive problem. I mean, it already is a problem, but it's going to get worse, I think.
Definitely.
There are some professionals out there that actually say that this is going to lead to our own genocide.
So you mean there'll be like people jumping from buildings and...
The way it was stated in one of the articles that I read is being informed about ourselves is going to make us want to kill each other more than we already do. And we obviously know we're a warring people as it is. Some people believe that's going to stop. So who knows? There are several theories out there, but my advice to anybody is be prepared for something. If you can, set yourself up. They say make sure you have, say, 7 to 10 days worth of food. Forget that. If you can have a couple months worth, you'd be better off.
Yeah, just watch Doomsday Prepper.
Well, the thing is, all right, so a Doomsday Prepper was the mother in Connecticut whose son supposedly, allegedly, killed these beautiful children.
Really?
Okay, I don't think
she was prepping for Doomsday. Okay?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know? You guys, what?
No, I don't watch local news. It bores me.
Good God. All right. Well, she had guns galore. Her husband was actually paying her ex-husband was paying her $300,000 a year to live in comfort in a $600,000 house in a very...
Does he want to remarry?
I don't know what the guy's doing now, but the point is, there's been lots of talk about that, but okay. She was a doomsday prepper. Okay, what they consider to be one. Here's the thing. Can we become a nation of people hiding, protecting ourselves, being angry, being, just so in such fear that we cannot function on a normal everyday basis? No, we cannot.
Hasn't worked out too good for me.
What'd you say?
I said, well, we could, but for how long is the real question.
No, we can't. You know?
In many ways, that's what people look at as what we've been doing now. And I think the bigger picture is not a nation of that, is a planet of that. This could actually, what could be happening could actually push the New World Order, one global government.
Yes.
The end of nations and states
and that's
and
another,
countries.
That's another conspiracy,
Yes.
Is that something to do with the Illuminati or something?
I've heard of them, yeah.
I always see it in this music video.
Yeah, because Nino's part of it.
Right.
Nino,
we take any buzz we can get out there. Come on. They can talk about it all they want.
I mean, I feel shy about talking about the Newtown incident because I don't know all the facts yet, and I don't think anyone does.
Did that guy ever make a statement of why or anything?
No, but one of the fathers of one of the children that was murdered did make a statement, and now that's on YouTube. Where the guy's
laughing and stuff?
Yeah, the guy's like making a joke beforehand.
I don't think, I think people are taking that out of context.
You do?
I think everybody deals with tragedy and stuff in a different way. And because the guy couldn't even talk once he got up to the mic. He totally choked.
Well, I can understand. I'm like shy too.
He did totally choke, but they're saying he was an actor prepping for his part.
No, I don't believe that. I personally don't believe that, but
apparently I'm going to have to check this out a little bit more because I haven't heard any of this.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I know like my family went to the vigil and stuff like that, and people are handing out ribbons and support, and yeah, I feel for the families of what happened, but apparently I'm not well informed on what's going on in my own backyard.
Well, you heard about the bomb threat today at the school, right?
No, what school? Where?
It's like the one in East Long Meadow, the middle school.
Oh my God,
kidding me.
No, I didn't hear about
that.
And
they were all evacuated. All the schools were evacuated.
Wow.
Ironically, one of the head people in the FBI says like the next week or two will be one of the safest times to be in the school.
That's what I think too.
Upgraded security. There's more people around. There's actually in Pennsylvania, they just passed a law. I don't know if it's for the whole state or if it's just like a county or whatever, but they now have armed guards at the schools at all times.
Right,
wow.
Right. But
Which,
I mean,
let's face it, it's not a bad idea.
well, yeah, I reckon. But the guy that, this Adam Lanza, he broke in through a window, supposedly. What stopped Timothy McVeigh from making a bomb?
Well, I was
What
told
stopped this guy in China from stabbing, 7 children the same day that the Newtown incident happened?
Really? That's a strange coincidence.
Well, is it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not, but that's why it was strange.
I heard that the mother had told the son the day before the incident that he was going to be taken into a mental hospital.
What?
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
And
no.
And that had, perpetuated his hatred.
I had no idea. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I heard that today. Yep.
Oh, that's a lovely little thought.
Yeah.
Jeez. Mm-hmm. So, I think the bottom line is, and I did write about this, and I said, all these people are saying, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, we got to protect our children. How about let's start loving our children?
Good point.
And listening to them. And, a long time ago, I read the People's Almanac, 1979. I read the whole thing from cover to cover when I was sick, when I was 10 years old. In that People's Almanac, it had predictions for the year of 2000 to 2025.
Yeah.
Amongst those predictions was someone saying that there would be birth control in the water system and you would need a pill from the government to get pregnant. Call me a communist, but you know what? Children are born every day to people that don't pay attention.
That might not be that far off. There are some conspiracy theories out there that actually has happened. And believe it or not,
can't prove it by me.
Right here in the United States, there are several things out there. I know forcing young mothers to have hysterectomies or whatever right after they gave birth so they wouldn't have any more children. They were basically, blackballing them into the situation, saying that their bills wouldn't be paid and the state was making them do it. And unfortunately, there's a lot of them. And this was pretty rampant up into the mid to late 80s. And it's just now coming out, and they actually might be doing class action lawsuits. But there is a lot of young women that were basically violated in that way, forced to have surgeries to have them not have children anymore.
Well, where was this?
South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia are the areas that I know for a fact that it happened. And the documentary I was watching on it, they listed several hundred people that had already come forward that they knew about for a fact.
Okay, so if they were doing it in that segment of society, I haven't seen proof of it anywhere else. I mean,
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just heard about it not too long ago. I didn't really look into it very much. It was just something that I happened to come across on the computer and was watching. The fact is, though, is that population control, we'll call it, has actually been initiated many times. How big it's gone or how widespread, we all know of Hitler, but there are other behind the curtain things that have happened. And like I said, some of them are documented. I know in this country alone, right in the U.S., there are cases now that are being looked into. So,
you mean cases being looked into where they have fixed, for lack of a better term, the mother. Okay. Yep. We're going to take a short break.
How's you guys doing? Thanks for sticking with us. Right now we're having a show. I'm here with Corrine, and the body of the show is basically about the end of the world, and we're looking for some input. We want to see what some people out there are either doing to prepare for this, or what some people expect. We threw out a few ideas for you. I know there are several other ones out there, but I'm gonna go and put Nino on the spot here. So, Nino, what do you expect? What is your theory?
I expect nothing. And hope for everything.
And I get nothing.
Yeah. So you're well prepared for nothing then, correctly?
I'm prepared for whatever happens. But, I don't really think that anything is really going to happen overnight, like we said,
Yeah, I don't think it's overnight either.
Well, RJ, what would you do if you found out, in fact, it was going to be the end of the world?
All right, well, let me ask a question to you guys, and obviously rhetorical to all you guys out there listening, but how many of you have a plan in place?
Nobody.
I wouldn't say nobody. Seriously. I mean,
I'm sorry, RJ. What's your plan?
I can't tell you that, but I do have one. I mean, people have, fire drills in their houses. I mean, you tell your kids, teach them the secret phrase word if you have to have them picked up at school by somebody else. And I'm actually really curious to know if anybody out there really, I know some people do, but I mean, how many people out there are actually have a conscious plan, hey, this happens. What do they do? Me, I have several friends. I have a buddy up north. His house is the meeting place. He lives, in a pretty out of the way area.
Can I get that address?
Yeah, but not online or not in the air. There's several of us that, we plan on meeting there. Between the group of us, we do have some supplies. My buddy actually the last, when major storms or anything comes, he usually has around 40 gallons of gas at his house. By the way,
I got a lot of rice and beans.
Hey, rice is, the staple of all starving people.
That's true.
And potatoes. Don't forget potatoes.
Oh, yes.
But, I mean, honestly, 50-pound bags of rice, we got a couple of them.
Oh,
yeah.
A couple?
At my house.
Really?
At my house.
All right. So you really actually want to be living when, if forbid anything happens.
Do I want to? No. But I believe it was Albert Einstein that said the ones who have the knowledge have the duty to act.
What does that mean?
So basically, if you know it's coming and you don't do anything to help yourself and maybe help some other people, then you're a fool.
I think that was Superman, too. I don't think that...
Oh, my God. Somebody give me some kryptonite. I'm throwing this guy.
Yeah, where's the kryptonite? No, I mean, all I really care about is the people I love. I don't want them to suffer, so that's, I would carry on and probably do what I do on a daily basis.
Right.
Try to help other people, make sure those I love, don't die horribly or have enough to eat until anything else happens.
Unfortunately, that's a beautiful sentiment, but in the actual act, if it happens, you would be killing yourself.
Why?
Because there's only going to be so much to go around. And if you don't have a small group and you take care of yourselves, you're spending your own supplies. You have, say, even if you had enough for your crew, your group, whatever you want to call it, to last for 2 months, what if there's no end in sight for years? Mm-hmm. Your 2 months is only going to get you a leg up on everybody else.
Well, yeah, but why do I even want those 2 months?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Corrine.
It's definitely something to think about. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't want to live through it. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why they say suicide is going to be rampant.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, mass suicides all over the place. Because people would rather do that than starve to death or dehydrate to death.
Well, yeah.
In many cases. And that is a high possibility. Even if nothing happens at the end of this week, that's a high possibility over the next couple of years that the food shortage is going to get much worse. We were talking about that whole stem rot last week with the wheat that they had the remote viewers had predicted. That's happening. And they're expecting wheat production globally to drop by 60%.
Well, okay, even if you eat the GMO foods to survive, you're still going to die from eating the GMO foods.
Well, that is true, but
it's a slower
Maybe
death.
not as fast, exactly.
Right.
More comfortable death, I guess.
Yeah, that's
comfortable
true.
my ass. It's like, that's not comfortable.
Well, let us not forget that disasters have happened. If you look at the mitochondrial DNA, humans have been on this planet. They can timeline it between 180 to 200,000 years. Forget what school books taught you. Forget what religion teaches you. We know for a fact we've been here for at least that long, if not longer. At one point, 99-point-something% of the humanoid species, and again, don't fool yourselves. Don't think we were the only ones. But 99-point-some-odd% of the people on this planet died in a matter of a couple months. Yeah. The last major, about 74,000 years ago, the last major ice age, scientists to this day cannot still answer the question of how we are still here.
No, they want to know so they can get rid of us. Well, they'd like to know that secret.
That's another possibility of what's coming up. Okay, we talked about the different variables and situations, but the Rosicrucians actually believe, and I don't know.
Rosicrucian.
Okay, close enough. You told me what? Huh?
I mentioned that to you a couple
Okay,
of
well,
times.
they think that this planet is only designed to hold about 500,000 people.
Oh my God.
So the rest of us have to die.
Die.
Have you heard of the blue Stonehenge?
Blue Stonehenge?
Yeah, there's a lot of Stonehenges. You'd be surprised.
No, I know about the one in New Hampshire.
Okay, well, that's called the American Stonehenge. Well, the blue Stonehenge wasn't found as like an ancient relic. It was actually built, designed just a few years ago. A guy walked into a construction company and paid them cash. And I can't remember the guy's name that he used. What was the guy that started that religion?
Mick Stonehenge?
No. The Rosicrucians. One of the guys that was basically attributed to starting that was the fake name that this guy used when he paid cash. The Stonehenges are in Georgia. They're on a field right off like a somewhat well-traveled road. They appeared like overnight, and it took them a while to find out where they even came from. And then once they found out where they came from, the company that actually did it will not divulge who this guy was, not like they have the information anyway. And even everything that we have found out, it doesn't point to who did it. But these tablets have, I believe, the 8 most common languages spoken on the planet.
Okay.
And they're basically like the new 10 Commandments. And they basically are saying and predicting that the world's going to get wiped out. And this is supposed to be, the key, the starting point to some new civilization. And since they wrote it in the most commonly known languages, it's available there for everybody.
Yeah.
Rules to live by.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty wild.
Was the guy a Rosicrucian who did it, supposedly?
Nobody knows who the guy was.
Oh.
If you ever watch a documentary on those guys, and there's not too many out there, and hopefully none of them are listening because they'll probably come after us. But it basically, if you
Yeah.
sure, blame me. I see how it is. And my name is RJ, so that's not enough to go by. Find me. But anyway, again, the guy that did it, they don't know. Okay, they have no clue who he was. He wouldn't sign any paperwork. He wouldn't do anything. He paid cash.
He paid cash.
A couple $1 million.
Oh, my
It was
God.
Like
really
$1.5 million or $2 million. It was an obnoxious amount of money
Yeah.
to have these huge slabs transported and carved.
Jeez.
And carved in how many languages, you said?
I believe it's 8.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But what was your question? I got distracted.
Well, also the question is this. I mean, people, okay, so say that the world will end on Friday.
The world will end on Friday.
Say that is actually going to happen, right?
Yep.
Do you think that this is your last stop? This is not the last exit.
Good point.
That's right.
A lot of people believe that, one of our good buddies there says that we are in hell right now. We are in purgatory. There.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you think of a more hellish thing than eating someone's face off? Watching someone eat
Well, if it's got some salt and some barbecue sauce, it might be okay.
and blasting away beautiful children. I can't think of a greater hell
Yeah, you're right, Corrine.
than that.
You know what's scary is there actually are people out there that think killing off some people before this happens is doing the right
Merciful.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
It's scary. And what's even scarier is if you think about it, it makes sense. If you really believe that something so horrible, something so disastrous is going to happen, would you want the younger generation to live through it?
No.
It's sick.
Right.
But you know what? A lot of sick people have done a lot of major things over time that did, prove to be a positive thing for
Right.
humanity.
Right.
It's a perspective that a lot of us have a hard time, getting our hands around. But it is possible that what this guy thought he was doing was like a euthanasia type thing.
Well, I mean, if it's true that his mother said she was going to commit him to a mental hospital the next day, I don't think that was. I don't think that would be in the realm of his thinking, but perhaps I don't know.
Maybe he just really wanted to go. We might send you to a mental hospital. Oh yeah. Well, now you're going to send me, maybe he, who knows, if this guy is a little Lulu, a little whacked out, God only knows what his thinking was. But there are people out there that think that, like you said, merciful or like a euthanasia, that by taking them out of the equation, they are saving them. They are helping them.
Right. Now, listeners, if you would like to call us in, please. If you would like to call in and talk to us or discuss what you would like to discuss about the end of the world or something else in the strange realm, the number again is 877-230-3062. We are talking about the end of the world, which is supposed to take place by some accounts on Friday, this Friday. You are listening to Supernatural Radio with Nino Del Padre and me, Corrine, and RJ. End of the world.
As we know it.
As we know it. As you know it. And what are you thinking about? What do you wish had happened in your life? What do you want to happen in your life? What are the things you've never done that you really wanted to do? This is what we should be thinking about right now.
So everybody should make a bucket list?
Yes. Live those dreams as to the best of your ability.
You got a whole 24 hours to do it.
Yeah, a whole 24 hours. Tell people you love them if you've never told them.
That's right.
Go out and eat fried chicken.
Yeah.
Even if it's made with canola oil.
That's right. Live a little.
Live a little.
You know?
Well, hey, I just want to say it's been great hanging out with you guys again, talking about this. Hopefully everybody out there is listening and gets a little something from it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave now. So, you guys can take it.
Go into your secret location, RJ?
Yes.
That won't be disclosed to us?
With your 50 pounds of rice.
2 50-pound bags, my
and
friend.
45 pounds of beans?
Hey, we got guns, we got ammo, we got food, we got generators, we have a fuel supply. We are nowhere near prepared.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But you know what? At least we're going to get through the first couple weeks.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck to you guys, too.
Yeah, I'll be on the mothership, suckers.
The mothership, that's right. Riley Martin, the well-known alien abductee,
He's an alien.
has promised everyone safe passage on the mothership.
If you got your ticket.
If you got your ticket. You got yours, Nina.
I got mine.
Okay.
You got yours?
No. Go to Riley Martin. I don't have it, actually. My father does.
Oh, he's got one? Well, you can go with your father then.
Go to RileyMartin.com and get your ticket, which is actually a handmade drawing from Riley himself.
Yes, that will provide you with safe passage.
Yes.
Should the airlift occur, during this time of the apocalypse.
So what do? Just go stand out in your yard and wait?
We were talking about that yesterday, actually. Yeah, a lot of people have a question as to how exactly is there going to be a centralized location or something like that, and I think Riley just said something like, you'll know what happens when the time comes, kid.
You'll know what to
like
do.
That. Yeah, you'll know what to do, you know.
Wow.
But sales have been up, so people are,
Good.
people are buying into this whole thing that, might happen.
Yeah. Well, I do believe in Riley. I believe that he knows what he's talking about, especially concerning this. I guess I gotta fork out the money and get my own symbol. I thought I was going to get it for free, but
she thought that giving him my purple plate a couple of years ago would get her some special treatment, but
that's right. That's right.
I guess that didn't work out for you too good, did it?
That didn't work out too good. But you know what? He loves the purple plate, and he tells me every day he loves it. So
cool.
He's really treasuring it and putting good use to it.
Good.
So you all might want to go to purpleplates.com.
You all might want to try that out.
Check out what things we have for sale there. The free energy, the beautiful Tesla energy, the light, everything. So, but... we wish that you would call us and let us know what you're thinking. If it were going to be the end of the world, I would so like to know what the listeners are thinking. And I know you're sitting there and you're saying, I'm not going to call into a radio show and tell these people what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But, even if you don't, I just want to say this is not the end. It is not the end. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. So, if forbid something does happen, and here's the thing also is that none of us know when we're going to leave this earth. No one knows when they're going to pass on. Mm-hmm. So this is how we should live every day. we should live with kindness and love and acceptance.
Yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just live every day as if there is a supposed impending doomsday coming up in a week.
Right.
And just like you said, tell somebody you love them. You know, give one of your loved ones a hug.
Exactly.
You know, stuff like that. That means a lot more to people than they realize.
It does. I mean, you can't underestimate the effect that you have on other people.
Especially the power of words.
Everyone is a miracle. Everybody. And I'm talking even what Gary Galka described as the lower entities. Mm-hmm. They don't know they're a miracle. But we have it in our ability to heal other people with our words, with our actions. Mm-hmm. And love is all powerful. Not like you guys, you know, you've heard me talk before. Not to sound like a hippie, but we are in the age of Aquarius right now. And we are on our way to discovering a new life, new emotions, a new vibration, new frequencies that will be part of us from now on. And let's make the most of it.
That would be awesome. I think that I've been hearing more often, like RJ said, is that people feel that we're entering this higher level of consciousness, which would be great. But I mean, yeah, truthfully, I don't, you know, I mean, I don't remember when this started becoming, you know, drilled into my head at a young age. Like you said, you were affected by a TV movie or something like that, right?
Right.
But it seems like forever that you knew this year, 2012, you know, and then eventually you knew the date, December 21st. Oh, wow, they pinned down a date and stuff like that. And
right.
It's just so weird in general that it's going to be here in 2 days, regardless that anything, you know, if anything happens or not, which I'm sure it won't. But it's just,
we are definitely living in an amazing time period, you know?
We are.
And I think probably every generation might say that, but really, I mean, we have encountered so many things, you know?
Yeah, I know. A lot of people will say, oh, I wish I grew up in the 60s or 70s or whatever.
80s.
But, you know, it's all good. You know, it's a really interesting time.
I believe that the universe takes you where you're supposed to be and you learn what you're supposed to at any given time, especially because you are on this planet right now experiencing this and you are meant to. And you must pay attention and realize that, you know, you are meant to be here and to do the best you can and to spread the love, the understanding and all that, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And it just goes so much farther than you understand, I guess. And it's just people these days just seem almost shocked if you say thank you.
Yes.
Or leave the door open for, you know, for somebody coming into a room, or just show common decency and respect.
Exactly. Yeah.
People almost think that
they're suspicious of you.
They're suspicious that you have some type of
ulterior motive.
Yes. Yeah.
They do.
That's sad.
It is. It is. And it shouldn't be the norm. That shouldn't be the norm. The norm should be we take care of each other. We are good to each other. We love each other. We accept each other. And that's what the norm should be. And perhaps with this shift, it will happen finally. I don't know. I'm hoping.
It'd be great if this whole thing ended up being something really positive. After all the fear and all the propaganda, you know?
Exactly. I mean, we really are, you know, so, you know, those that are thinking people, mindful people, and there's a lot of you. I would say probably if you're listening, you are one of them. You have to know that your power is not limited. You have the power. You have the means to make a good life, even without tons of money. But also not to be silenced, to stand up for what you believe in, to protect those that don't have a protector. And this encapsulates animals, people, land, everything. You have it within you to do this. And we are here now, meant to be here, and this is what we should be doing.
And that's what we had, yeah. That's what we should be doing. This is where we are. This is the life we were given in this year, this time of the universe. And certainly a lot better ways to spend the time here than admittedly I and a lot of people do, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the people that are petty.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh my God, my fingernail broke.
Yeah, or
geez.
First world problems, they call it.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
like,
know that.
my iPhone was manhandled by the AT&T guy when he was, you know, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Crap.
Show me a real problem.
It's like, and they freak out over this crap. It's
I
like,
know.
What are you talking about?
This is what I mean. It's like, and it is hard to deal with these kind of people.
Yeah, it is.
However, you know, in dealing with them, I find myself having no patience for these people. As I get older, my patience
Same here.
is going away.
Yep.
My filter is gone. I got no filter.
She has no inside voice anymore.
No inside voice. It's all outside.
It's all
now.
on the outside.
So, I mean, you know, if you're going to complain and be so petty and be so selfish and self-centered and, oh, poor me. It's me.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
For the stupidest shit, too.
Come on. Yeah.
It's not even like, I mean, God forbid these people had a real problem. Like,
no kidding.
If they were terminally ill or one of their loved ones were to pass away or something like that, because they're just living in fucking la la land.
Totally.
I mean, they had, you know, if they think that because their favorite show wasn't on, like American Idol or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me see you lose your you know, your
mother,
sister and a fucking
or father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Come on. Wake up.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the wake up call. I hope to God it is, because these people do need to wake up. See, now I'm getting angry, right? You hear me, right? And I should be all patient and loving.
Yeah, well.
But, enough
is enough.
Enough is enough. I mean, to be human is to be, you know, I'm still only human. I'm not of the angelic realm yet. I don't know if I ever will be, but.
You know when I get really pissed off is when I watch television. Like if I happen to watch TV and something's on or someone else is watching and it's this wildly popular freaking show like a Cake Boss or, you know.
Right.
It's like,
right.
What? What's going on here?
I know, no kidding. You know, and that's important.
And then
right?
being in production, you know, I see how, you know, obviously, you know, the trickery and stuff, and it's so rehearsed and it's so planned, these reality shows, and it just makes you realize like how stupid people are for the most part.
Yes,
to buy into this.
I have to agree.
You know, I think that's the epitome of gauging. Like,
they want to be dumbed down.
I guess so.
Society has dumbed us down, and some people like willingly are lambs.
I mean, I just find myself, you know, if I watch something that, you know, a show like that where, you know, I would say that a lot of people or Americans might be entertained by it because of the ratings, I find myself almost furious by the end of the show.
Yes.
And disgusted.
You
know, and that's probably not a lot of feelings that people have when they watch those shows. They're all like, woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah,
did you see what happened?
I know.
Did you see the size of that cake?
Well,
oh my God.
When you see Snooki on the cover of every
Snooki.
magazine. Oh,
right.
She got pregnant. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
That's
good point.
so important.
Good point.
I mean, but you know, do you think it's just America? I seem to think it is America.
Yeah, it's pretty well known that American, you know, yeah.
We have been like,
we're a bunch of idiots.
Totally. You know what they call us in Europe? Fat, dumb,
Yep.
and stupid.
Yep.
I hate to admit it, but that's a lot of the population.
Damn right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you can't deny that.
So, don't be one of those people. I know you're not if you're listening to this show.
No, you couldn't be.
No way. You're intelligent, you're beautiful, and you know what's going on.
That's right. You're beautiful people.
Because you're listening to Supernatural Radio.
That's right.
And our website, in case you guys want to know, supernaturalradioshow.com. You can listen to old shows on there. We're going to be taking a little rest from CTR in the next week, I believe. We're going to have a pre-record, but we're going to have a new pre-record. And it's basically conversations and music, but worth listening to. So think about that for next Wednesday night. And also, our sister sites are delpadre.com, purpleplates.com, that will give you amazing free energy products that we have available. Always a great thing for anybody. I mean, talk about good harmony and peacefulness and healing.
No kidding, right?
These purple plates will do that for you. I wouldn't be in this business if it didn't really work. So, you don't have to take my word for it. Try it out. If you don't like it, we'll give you a full refund.
Can't beat that. Can't go wrong.
No, you can't. So any parting words about the end of the world?
I say, just to reiterate what Corrine said, is forget about the end of the world. Just treat everybody with love, and try to have a little more patience for people. And remember that the most powerful thing that you can do or is your words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your words could lift someone's life or really devastate somebody by the words you say to people.
Yes. Very powerful.
And they're not so easily taken away. Some things are permanent, So just, be a little nicer to people and try to get along with each other, and, the world will be a lot better place, and hopefully we can get rid of Snooki.
Yeah, let's forget about Snooki.
Yeah, okay.
Snooki, crookie.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But we are real. We are here. We are here to love one another and help each other, and that's what we're gonna do. So, in the meantime, you guys take care of each other and love to you, and spread the love and spread the good energy.
Great holiday.
Yes, have a fantastic holiday, and many, many blessings upon you. And we will see you, or actually we'll talk to you when we get back with a very special show the week after next Wednesday. But listen this Wednesday, because there'll be a new show.